Welcome students. In this video we're gonna see the step-by-step simulation for single phase half wave control rectifier using PSIM. Okay, so I already posted a video on MATLAB, so this is mainly focused on PSIM software. Okay, first open the PSIM software. So this is the first page we are landing in PSIM. Okay, so create a new file. So in MATLAB we have a lot types of script or simulating model or figure like that. We have so many options. Here simply you can click this icon to create a new untitled file. Okay. So before moving to the simulation, so I want to tell the available options in PSIM. Okay. In MATLAB we just obtain each and every block from Simulink library browser. So here everything was available in the bottom icon. So these are the things which are commonly used blocks that is available here. It start from ground. So when you click on the icon, so you can get the name here. So if you click here, it is showing ground. So resistor, inductor, capacitor, diode, resistor like this here. So this is gating block. Gating block means just a pulse generator. So in MATLAB we are using pulse generator. So instead of that, here they are using gating block for switches. Okay, on and off switch controller. This is for voltage block. So that is measured with respect to your node to ground, and this is between two nodes. Okay, and this is for your current probe. So instead of voltage measurement, current measurement, here we have separate probe, and we have scope also. Scope for single channel and scope for double channel. So if you simply select the scope, it will be for double channel. There is a single channel slope also, and we have sources here. So DC source and sinusoidal voltage source. If you want, you can use triangular wave, a square wave, or step voltage. And we have a sensor also. We have voltage sensor, and we have current sensor, and we have a controller part like proportional controller, proportional integrated controller, and we have summer, that is just to sum up two waves like that. Okay, and we have comparator, limiter options. So these are the available options. If you want, you can make use of the options from here. So from elements, here we have our inside power, we have a lot of options here, and similarly for control and for sources. So either you can do it from here or using this one. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to tell. So let us draw the circuit diagram for half wave thyristor control. Okay. So for that we need a AC supply, and we need a thyristor, and we need a load. So that is the three components we need. So first of all we will take a sinusoidal waveform here. Okay. So here there is no need to drag and drop. If you click a button here, so automatically it will come. So even though it will move like mouse. So if you want to place it here, you have to click somewhere. So if you click somewhere, it will again comes. Okay. So if I want only one source, just click that and then press escape. Okay. So then source will get closed. Okay, so I will try it again. So just click it and place it and then press escape. Okay, then we need a thyristor. So place a thyristor here, escape, and then we need a load. First we will go for resistive load. Okay, so resistor. So in MATLAB we have a shortcut key like control R for rotating and control I for flipping. So I am mostly used MATLAB. So I didn't use PC much, so I don't know the shortcuts and all. But here we have some shortcuts here. Okay, just click it, and we have here flip vertical or flip horizontal or rotate. So by using this one, you can simply rotate the components. So the dot marks just denote the positive point. Okay, now we have a source, we have a load, we have thyristor. Next one we need a pulse generator to give pulses to your thyristor, right? So pulse generator here, just place it here. Okay, so these are the required components. Now in MATLAB, while connecting the components, we simply if if you just touch and the line to connect with the other point. So but here we have a separate uh, option for that. So we have an option called wire. So if you press the wire, you will get a pencil like symbol, so which will use to draw the wiring connection. So you have to just press that, the left hand of key of your mouse, and you have to drag and just connect. Okay, so this is a formula. Just left click your mouse and press it down to connect. Okay, so these dotted symbols are given for easy connections. So this is what you can do. So if you don't want to the wire, just press escape, it will move to normal. So if you want to extend the wiring, just select that and you can drag and drop. That's all. Okay, so next one. So double click the AC voltage source. So here we have peak amplitude. You can name the source and all. So let us have this as a input voltage. Okay, and similarly for amplitude, peak amplitude, that is nothing but 230 into root 2, that is 325, and the frequency is 50. If you want to display it, you can check this. If you check this, it will get displayed. Okay, 325. So if you don't want to display it, you can just uncheck it. There is no option for save and all. So if you just enter the data and close the window, it will automatically get saved. So 325 is the peak one. And then for resistive value, so I'm putting this as a R load. Okay, R load, and value is 100. So just want to display that 100 ohm. So here the main thing is this one. So gating block. So here we have 3 points to know. So first one, that is normal gate. So just give the name. So here we have frequency. So our input frequency is 50 Hz. So that's why we are using here 50, and number of points. So number of point is nothing but in which angle you have to give the pulse and which angle you have to off the pulse or just stop the pulse. For example, in MATLAB we are giving the option called pulse width. So 5% or 10% like that we will give the pulse width. So here we are just using 2 points. So if I want the firing angle as 30 degree, so it will start from 30 degree, right? Okay, it will start at 30, it will end at, even you can choose 35. Okay, so anyhow, as of thyristor, so wherever you hear the gate pulse, it will start conducting, even though if there is a gate pulse, or you just describe the gate pulse, it will conduct till the current going below the holding current. Okay, so switching points are just what is your firing angle plus 5. Okay, 30 and 35. It should be 2 points. If you give simply 1 point, it won't accept. It will show some error while running the simulation. Okay, so we have done this. So now we need to measure our output voltage and output current and input voltage. So for that I am taking the voltage probe. So voltage probe between two nodes. So I am taking this one. Okay, for this one for input and this one for your output. Okay, similarly the current probe measure the output current here. Okay, so just delete this one and add your current probe here by wire, using the wire, just connecting the supply. So this one connected, and next one just rotate this one, so it should be positive in the upward direction. So now connect the same through your wire. Okay, so we have connected the voltmeter and ammeter connection. So if you want, you can name the parameters. So here they have given us VP1. So this is nothing but input voltage. Okay. So next one, this is for your output voltage, or simply DC voltage, and ammeter. So this is your DC current. Okay. So that's all. So like MATLAB, so here also we have a option for Power GUI, that is from simulation put simulation control. So this will add a simulation control. So here you have to give time for your simulation run. So for here I am giving 0.1 second. So it will start from 0. The step will be from one step. Likewise it will get added. So that's all. So we completed the simulation. Now we can run the simulation. So here we have an option called run simulation. Okay. So just before that, just save the file. Okay, now run the simulation. So after running, you will get the pop-up like this. So here you can add all the 3 variables in a single screen. Okay, so like this, I will just show. Like this, you can make it. But here you won't see which graph is starting from where. Not okay. So for that, better go for for that better run the simulation once. Okay, so add only one waveform in a screen. Okay, so this is a single screen, so I added the input waveform, and then again screen, so add screen, so add the DC voltage here. So next one, then screen, add screen, and we need the DC current add. Okay, so that's all. So we got the output. So the first one is your input voltage. So you can see the peak voltage is nearly 325, and this is your output voltage. If you want, you can just add the pulse generator also. So just take a voltage probe and just add it to the pulse generator and give the curve to any screen and just compare the firing angle. So we have started our firing at this point, that is 30 degree. That's why before that the output is 0. So since we have used resistive load, you can simply see the output voltage and output current both are in phase with each other. Okay. So now I want to measure the RMS voltage or RMS current or simply average voltage or average current. Here it can be easily calculated. So you have to click analyze. Okay, so analyze, we have an option called RMS. So if you just click, the input voltage RMS is 2.29 into some value E plus 002. So he here mentioning that 10 power. Okay, so 10 power 2, that is 2.29 and 10 power 2, which is nothing but 29.8 volt. This is your input voltage, nearly 230 volt RMS. Okay, and your output DC voltage is 160 voltage. 1.60 into 10 power 2, that is 160. And similarly, your output current is 1.601 into 10 power 0. Okay, 10 power 0 is nothing but 1. Is 1.60, because we have used the resistance value as 100 ohm. So V by 100 is 160 by 100 and this is 1.60. Similarly, you can measure the average voltage also. So input voltage is minus 9.206 into e power minus 7, that is 10 power minus 7, because for a pure sinusoidal waveform, average value is always 0, because the positive area and negative area will be equal. So when you added that, the final answer will be equal to 0. That's why we are getting a very minimal value here. The DC voltage is 96.5 and current is 0.965. So that's why we just calculated the RMS voltage and RMS current. If you want, you can go for power factor, real power, apparent power, THD, anything you want, you can just perform the same from this window. Okay, so for us, for our lab, we need the output waveform, the screenshot of this one, and we need the value of your average voltage and output voltage. So better make this screenshot with the RMS value, and possible take a screenshot of your average value also. Okay, but simply we can just here, so RMS value, average value, power factor, so everything. So only two curve must be included to measure the power factor. So as of now we don't need a power factor, just simply measure the input, the output average voltage and output average current, and then RMS voltage and RMS current. So here this is the fundamental frequency, the THD values they have mentioned here. So as of now, don't need to analyze further. So we need simply average and RMS voltage and current, the DC side. So next we can go for RL load. Okay, that is resistive load with series with your inductive load. Okay. So just add an inductor here. Sorry, inductor. So escape and rotate the component. So now whether it is connected or not, it's already connected. You just put a wire here and add the same here. Okay. So enter the value of your inductor. So they have given default value of 0. Let us take that as a 0.1. Okay. So it is in 0.1 Henry. So save and just run the simulation. So input voltage screen, just add a screen, DC voltage, and add a screen, DC current. Okay. So this is the final waveform for RL load. So you can simply see, so because of the presence of inductor, even though your voltage becomes negative at this point, input voltage, so the resistor still conducting to some extent. Okay, so that is due to the presence of inductor. So till that time your output current also the positive. You can simply compare this point with this point. So your output current is positive this direction. That is mainly to the presence of your inductor. So this is for RL load. Similarly, you can go for RLE load. Okay, we will try that also for RL and E load. So for RLE load, we need a battery. That is, we need a DC voltage source here. So just connect the wires with inductor. The main thing is your DC voltage should be less than the maximum voltage of your sine wave. Okay, so click here. You have taken the amplitude as 1. Let us take this as a 1, and we can take this value as E to represent RLE load. Okay, so now run the simulation again. So we can see the changes in the output voltage and DC voltage, and then screen for DC current. Okay. So this is the final. So here you can simply see. So for R load and RLE load, the voltage was started from 0, right? From here it was started, and after the firing angle is triggered, it started conducting based on your input voltage. But here you can simply see the voltage is started from 100 volt. Okay, that is mainly due to the presence of the battery, or simply you can see that is a DC voltage source. Okay, even though there is a DC voltage source of 100 here, the current at the output is 0 because your thyristor is still, it is in non-conducting position. That is, it is in forward bucking, or simply you can say not forward bucking. It is reverse bias due to the presence of the battery. Okay, so that's why SCR is open circuited. That's why we have a 0 current at load side. But because of the presence of your battery, we have 100 volt here. So this is for RLE load. So kindly take the picture of a circuit diagram with R load, RL load, and RLE load. So we need a 3 picture, and similarly graph, output graph for R load, RLE load, RL load. So 6 graphs totally, and tabulate the RMS voltage, RMS current, average voltage, average current. It's a practical or simulation value, and compare the same with theoretical value. So we have a theoretical formula for average voltage and average current, and RMS voltage, RMS current for a half wave full control rectifier. So just compare the theoretical value and simulation value. Okay, so if you have any query on this, just kindly contact me through WhatsApp. We will have a discussion through Google Meet to solve the doubts. Okay, so thank you guys.